Eric M. Smith is an American murderer who, at the age of 13, tortured and murdered 4-year-old Derrick Joseph Robie in Steuben County, New York, on August 2, 1993. Eric was convicted of second-degree murder in 1994 and sentenced to the maximum term then available for juvenile murderers, 9 years to life in prison. On August 2, 1993, when Smith was 13 years old, he was riding his bike to summer camp in a local park. 4-year-old Derrick Robie was walking alone to that same camp. Eric saw Robie and lured him into a nearby wooded area. There, Smith strangled him, dropped a large rock on his head, and sodomized him with a small stick. Eric then took Kool-Aid from Robie's lunchbox and poured it into Robie's open wounds. The cause of death was determined to be blunt trauma to the head with contributing asphyxia. At around 11 a.m., Robie's mother, Doreen, went to the park to pick up her son, only to find that Robie had never arrived. After 4 hours of investigation, Robie's body was found. The murder case made national headlines in the United States, largely because of the ages of the killer, 13, and his victim, 4. On August 8, 1993, Smith confessed to his mother that he killed Robie. Eric's family informed law enforcement later that night. Eric was tried as an adult, making him the youngest murder defendant tried as an adult in New York State history. He was subjected to extensive medical testing from specialists on both sides. They examined brain function, hormone levels, and found nothing to explain his violent behavior. According to court documents, Eric was a loner who was often tormented by bullies for his protruding low-set ears, thick glasses, red hair, and freckles. A defense psychiatrist testified to diagnosing Smith with intermittent explosive disorder, a mental condition that causes violent and unpredictable behavior. However, the prosecution's expert said the disorder was rarely seen at Smith's age. On August 16, 1994, Eric was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to the maximum term then available for juvenile murderers, a minimum of 9 years to life in prison. While in jail, Eric read out an apology letter to Robie's family on public television.
I know my actions have caused a terrible loss in the Robie family, and for that, I am truly sorry. I've tried to think as much as possible about what Derrick will never experience: his 16th birthday, Christmas, owning his own house, graduating, going to college, getting married, and having his first child. If I could go back in time, I would switch places with Derrick and endure all the pain I've caused him. If it meant that he would go on living, I'd switch places, but I can't.
At the end of this statement, Eric states that he cannot bear the thought of walls, razor wire, and steel metal bars for the rest of his life. He has also apologized to Derrick Robie in interviews. Smith was denied parole 10 times from 2002 to January 2020. After the 2012 hearing, the parole board cited a concern for public safety in its decision, in addition to the opposition of Robie's parents to his release. At that hearing, he told a parole board he would not return to Savona if released, and would go to a shelter or halfway house instead. In October 2021, Smith was granted parole after 27 years of incarceration. He was scheduled to be released on November 17, 2021. But this was delayed due to Smith not having an approved residence. He was ultimately released from prison on February 1, 2022. Do you think Eric Smith should have ever been able to see daylight again? Let us know in the comments.